All right, here we go. Hello, 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 folks. Well, just kicking off. Nobody chatting. Okay. All right, we're going to wait before we do any announcements. I don't see anybody chatting. Hello there. All right, how are you? How's everybody? Leave your comments in the chat so we know who we're chatting with, because all I see is numbers. Pratik Jain. Hey man, how are you? First one to come up on the chat. I think slowly people are getting up on here. Kasir Pirzadeh, how are you? Hi, 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 hi. I think I always get this question. Tell how you got into investment banking. I'll tell you what. I'll tell you. Yeah, maybe in another 10 minutes. I'll tell you. Mihir Maskari, how are you? How are you, Jay Singh Shavra? I hope I said the name correctly. How's the weather in Goa? The weather in Goa is super monsoon time. It has been raining and it just rains non-stop. Everything is flooded outside the house. So, yeah, it's been interesting. Going anywhere, it's better to wear just rubber chappals so your shoes don't get destroyed. So that's what's going on in Goa. Just rain, 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 and rain. Ritesh Krishna, what's up, mate? I love your channel. Thank you, Ritesh. We really love what we get to do, and it's a lot of fun. So thank you for that comment. It's just support like this. This makes us want to do this more and more. We've got a few more episodes from Goa coming out, and then we're gonna move. Next question. Your views on GME and the ongoing meme stock. So for those who don't know, GME is the GameStop. It's called a squeeze or squoze. So they're, people have made a lot of money really fast on GameStop. GameStop is a company that sells video games, CDs, video games. And it's a company that shouldn't in all reality exist anymore, because you can just download the stuff. So anyways, there's a company, the company was looking at all disasters. It was not doing well. They were shutting down stores, thousands of stores. And then somebody realized, looking at the numbers, that the hedge funds were putting a downside pressure. I can't get into details of that. This is not a financial advice conversation. So they put a downside pressure. Now, when they put downside pressure, they're hoping people drop the price. So as the price goes up, and if you get more people to rally against it, they have to keep buying stock at a higher rate. So that increased the price of the stock from something like $14 to $400. At one point, I think it reached $500. People are convinced it's going to reach $800. So that's, I'm not a day trader. This is not my space, but that's what I know of this situation. But I don't know. It's a very, very risky play. For how long are you going to be in India? Have you permanently shifted or planning to go to China anytime soon? Piyush 28, thank you for that question. No, we are not moving to India. I came, like I said, to everybody before, January 2020. I came for a 15-day holiday to India, and also to shoot season 1 in Bombay. And then the pandemic happened, and China has not let us in. It's not letting us back in. There's no way to make this happen right now. We've tried everything. So we will be leaving India fairly soon. We're going to go to Europe and spend some time there with my in-laws, with my mother-in-law. She just had surgery, so we're going to go. My wife wants to be with her mom. The kids want to see their grandmother, Nani. And then after that, we'll see. We will try to make it back to China from there. If not, maybe the US, maybe somewhere in Europe. But, life has completely changed. One day, maybe we'll make a whole episode on what all we've gone through with this pandemic. And it's still going through, right? This is an ongoing issue for us. All right. Let's see. Mihir Maskeri said, Tried Tawa King after seeing it on Big Focus. Food is as good as it's on the episode. Guys, that food was absolutely fantastic. None of the shit you see on here is fake. It's just what it is. And the food at Tawa was fucking primo. We had a few drinks, so we were slightly more bolden when we got there, but it was just awesome. I think in all the episodes we shot, it's one of our favorites. At least the food was one of our favorites. And the people there were so nice. Somebody told us that recently they've built a floor, and there's some air conditioning now for those that need it. I think the real fun is standing on the floor right next to the tawa and eating it. So yes, Mir, it is good, and I'm glad you went. What is India's most grossly overrated restaurant meal in your opinion? That's a loaded question, man. I don't know. I have to think that through. I don't think I have time to answer that now. I have to really think it through. Throw up another question based like what do you want me to highlight? So most grossly overrated restaurant meal. I don't know. Yeah, I have. There's so many. I mean, there's such a wide variety to pick from. I have no clue. So sorry, I can't answer that question very clearly. Um, Hey, Sid, a big fan from Hyderabad. I've been to Spice Goa, 100% fantastic. Yes, Spice Goa is absolutely brilliant here. It's so good. The food is so, so good. And especially if you get to see Atul and Aparna at either the Mapsa or the Verem branch, ask them if they can get something called a tikle or something called a lonse. It's from Pernem, where they're from. It's got a Maharashtrian influence, makes it a little bit spicier. Alrighty. Shanky lives in Vadora, so can I expect a Gujarat series? Shanky does kind of live in Vadodara. He lives actually in Bombay, in Vadodara, and he's always traveling. His parents and his brother are also there. So I think we will definitely do a Gujarat episode or series at some point. Your final meal before you're hung from a jail or something. That's a nicely done question. If I were marooned in an island, if they managed to fucking get it to that island, I wouldn't be marooned. One, but let's play the hypothetical game. I would go with Rogan Josh because that's my childhood meal. It's just that's every birthday, every special occasion. My nani, my mom, my masis would make it. So yeah, that's that's being half Kashmiri. That's a given. Rogan Josh. Okay. Rohit Kamble. Sir, would you like to explore some underrated places in Maharashtra like Pune and Kolhapur or any other places in South Kerala and Andhra Pradesh? My friend Rohit, I do not think Kolhapur is underrated by any stretch of imagination. I think the food of Kolhapur and Pune, especially Kolhapur, is really well known. The Pandara Rasa, and I don't know how to say it. I apologize for butchering that name. Or the Tamra Rasa, the mutton over there is just fantastic. So it's not underrated. Shanky's already shot one episode in the region. When we cover Maharashtra sort of wider outside of Bombay, then we'll try to get there. I really like that food. All right, I gotta move up and down a little bit so I can get to more of these questions. Eagerly waiting pub crawl of various cities. Love the Mumbai episodes. Hashtag investment banking. Okay, so the Bombay episode was a lot of fun. In about 4 days from now, you're going to see the pub crawl from Goa. So I'm going to put a little caveat up front. The episode has been broken into two. The reason is it's just with COVID restrictions, with the rainy season at that time, we had to shoot, and the distances didn't allow us to shoot an entire pub crawl. Also, Goa, it's not easy to drive, so we had to get our drivers back in time. You don't want to do risky driving after drinking. So there were some complications, so we shot it in two batches. So the episode 1 is out, and then we won't wait the customary 10 days. We will put out episode 2 of the pub crawl fairly soon after that. Just going through editing and making sure the music is in sync. All right. What about the channel after you move back to China? I don't think I'll be able to move back to China. And if I were to move back to China, I still fly all over the world all the time. Now with this pandemic, we'll see how that turns out. Wherever we are, we will get out to wherever we can shoot. This channel has become a very important integral part of our life, and we really care about what we put out. We really want to create more content. It is a lot of fun. We are so fucking lucky we get to do this. It was a crazy decision to start this, and we will keep continuing it as far as we can take it. So there's a lot of things happening that has helped support this. We're going to take out more stuff and put out more avenues for us to be able to do this, and that's something we can, we'll keep releasing as those developments happen. Next question. What is your favorite Indian breakfast? What is your favorite Indian breakfast? I don't know if this is a breakfast item. Somebody please correct me if I'm right or wrong. I thought a dosa, a nice dosa with a fried egg and just some red chili powder on top is just divine. It is so good. I'm sure if Shanky were here, we would add some beef or something to it. A kotu paratha from the south, also really good. I think it's superb. And now you can replace that dosa with a fried with a paratha, a plain paratha, and just a fried egg on top. The way I like it is if the yolk is soft, so you can just tap into that and just let the yolk run over it. That's, I think, one of my favorite things. All right. Next, let me keep asking. So, wow, there's a lot of questions, guys. Sorry, I got stuck behind. Non-serious human, are you going to do anything to ensure you guys are less pretentious and more genuine? For a not so serious question, I think so. I don't know if we come off pretentious. I think I probably come off pretentious. Shanky doesn't come off pretentious at all. I've always been accused of coming off pretentious. I don't know. It's the way I sound. Maybe I'm just a pretentious asshole. But thank you for watching us, anyways. And if being pretentious is got anything to do, we'll be genuinely pretentious, right? It's just this is genuine. This is who I am. The way you see on the show is who we are. It is actually toned down because for some reason a lot of people don't like to watch knowledge and information being shared. So yeah, I don't know if that matters. Next question. Oh wow, non-serious human keeps asking the same questions. You really wanted to get out there. You got it there. You got your little 5 minutes, man. All right. Actually, focus have become an integral part of our life. Much peace and respect. Roland Pacheco. I hope I didn't destroy that name again. Thank you so much, man. This community means a lot to us. We really look forward to interacting with you. These live sessions, something I really enjoy. I love that little quiz thing. So, we want to be able to constantly create content, and that is something what in a little bit we'll sort of relieve what we are doing, a little bit of a surprise of what we are up to next. Okay, this is from Kishan. Can you say one item which you can prove a Japanese restaurant to not be authentic? I mean, okay, so I think the rice speaks volumes. Most people don't know this, but in Japan and any place, they're very serious about their sushi. You have to work on rice for about 5 or 6 years. The washing of the rice, the treatment of the rice, and then adding the mirin, which is a sweet vinegar and wine, and treating that. So how the rice is when you eat it will tell you how much effort has been put into the craft of sushi, or at least a Japanese restaurant, if it's a sushi restaurant. Now, when everybody thinks Japanese, they only think we're talking about sushi. That is not true. A sushi restaurant is a sushi restaurant. Then you have a yakitori, where you get grilled meats. Those are absolutely fucking superb. You just get drunk, hammered on sake, and eat copious amounts of barbecued meats. Then you have ramen places. So a good ramen broth, a good ramen stew, will tell you if it is close to authentic or not. I hope that I answered your question, my friend. All right. Can you just tell me the timeline of all the places and lives throughout you have lived throughout your life, starting from where you were born? Okay, I could do it really quickly. I was born in India. I was born on the border of Bihar and Bengal in a place called Bardwan, where my nana had a factory and my dadaji had, they had a home there as well. So I was born there. Uh, and then after that, we went off. Then I went to, I think they moved to Delhi, and then as a child, I lived all over the world on ships. So it was South America, Australia, Europe, going through the Middle East, all of that jazz. And then I came back to India. I went to boarding school in Scindia School. Most of my life was in modern school, Delhi. Then I moved to Florida, and I grew up in Florida. Went to college in Philadelphia. Lived 17 years in China, and passed a year and a half in Goa. Okay, so now, right in the middle of my conversation and people asking me questions, our team that watching us are constantly pinging me, and they don't realize how difficult it is to constantly break from this conversation. But anyways, so I have to make the announcement. Right? Why are you guys playing something with? Are you guys, okay, I'll answer in a bit. All right, so here's the announcement, guys. We are ready to get shooting for our next season. We've already shot Goa. We shot everything in November of 2020. We have another 3 or 4 episodes that are going to come out. But before that happens, next week, we are heading out to shoot our next season. Does anybody want to take guesses where we are going? Anybody want to take guess? I have a few answers here. I think our community on Discord already knows because we asked them this question. And yes, my friends, most of you got it right. We are off to Bangalore next. We are super, super, super excited about heading to Bangalore. This is where we get to drink shamelessly and run around like fools. And have a lot of fun doing it. We have a lot of friends that live in Bangalore, and we're looking forward to hanging out with them and creating some fun content. We've got all sorts of food planned. It's been an ongoing process. It's just weeks and weeks of research, trying to make sure we cover something that people are familiar with, and we cover something that people don't know, and cover something where they want to learn something from us. I think what is important to know is this episode is going to be important for us from a learning perspective. I've been to Bangalore once, 20 some years ago. I flew in from the US for a meeting, but it's going to be a journey, a learning journey for me. So I'm really excited. We're looking at Uttara Kannada food, some nati food, some Mangalorean food, dosas, vades, idlis. I think it's called dose, the way they pronounce it in Bangalore or Bangalore. And then obviously the beer culture. I did not know that Bangalore has the largest number of microbreweries in the world. And we're definitely going to drink our way through that. And of course, there's going to be the pub crawl, and I think that's going to be a lot of fun. There's few cities built like Bangalore that are so well suited for a pub crawl. So definitely doing Bangalore. If you got recommendations, please send to us. So I'm going to ask you a few questions really quickly. You can throw it in here, right? Give me your favorite military hotel, right? So I know we've got a few names listed down. We've already done our research, but I love to hear from you guys. I need to know, and Shanky and I look forward to understanding. Favorite military hotel, favorite idli, favorite vade, favorite dosa, like a proper nati South Indian lunch or thali. Your favorite beer in or local beer in Bangalore. What am I missing? Favorite burgers? Yeah. Favorite pizzas? So throw everything at us. Throw everything at us. And then once you tell us all of that, come back to us and hit us with what you think we should cover that has not been covered by everybody. Now there are so many people that have covered, and there's this just gentlemen, a lot of you have suggested that we talk to people who have been doing this show called Food Lovers. In We've seen their videos and they've covered a lot of places, but we are looking at you guys to tell us where we should shoot that has not been covered, that is a hidden gem, um, and then let's have a discussion about that. Uh, so Chaitanya Bhasatre says, "Can you review 5-star restaurants because no one does that? Everyone goes for local food, but not 5 stars." That is a good point. I think we definitely did that. Whatever was open in Goa, we definitely covered that. What we thought was really good food, we covered that. Unfortunately, what a lot of people think is 5 stars is just really bad, and we don't want to end up with so many episodes where we're just shitting on the food, right? It's like then we get shit from everybody. It's like you're only doing a negative show. And with 5-star rating comes 5-star expectations, and not everybody matches those. Now, we looked at Bangalore. We have looked at a couple of places in Bangalore that are supposed to be some of the best in that specialty, and we are putting that on our priority list. Unfortunately, a lot of them are closed. They just didn't make it through the lockdowns, or they're waiting for the season to start and waiting for the third wave to go. So we'll try what we can, but thank you. All right. Can you try Japanese food in Bangalore? There's a lot. Yeah, we actually have a Korean place we've put in, a Japanese place we looked. We couldn't get any decent Japanese place so far. So, we have a couple of blocks open. We'll see what we can do with that. But Japanese is something we'll take a note of. All right, Shivaji Military, Rangana Military. Yes, we've heard that name a lot of times. It is up for consideration. We're definitely doing a military hotel. All that meat, from the paya soup to the done biryani to the keema, the little keema ball. I don't know the exact Kannada word for it, but I'm sure we'll learn. All right, any other questions on that? A lot of people telling us to do MTR. Yes, we've heard that name very many times. There's MTR, there's CTR. We'll check all of that out. Dose at CTR. Yeah, so, CTR is really crowded. We're trying, we'll see if we can get there. We want to, it's not normal times, right? So it is a little complicated shooting this in the middle of between two waves. So we want to keep our people safe. We are a big crew that's coming in from Bangalore to Bangalore. We want to keep everybody safe. Ice cream. Yeah, there is this ice cream place that everybody keeps talking about, and I've forgotten the name because I've looked at so many goddamn names that I've forgotten that one. Everybody says you must try it out. Something to do with a brownie chocolate fudge ice cream. We'll try that. We'll see if we can fit that in there. Sid, have you visited Yak and Yeti in Hong Kong? No, my friend, I have not visited that. I've tried a few Nepalese places you get really good Nepalese place in Hong Kong. Sorry, that was a diversion. Idli at SLV in Banashankari, Brahmani Cafe. Thank you. Devgare Benne dosa. Yeah, so I'm really interested in learning about this Benne dosa. It's like doused in ghee, and the outside is crunchy and the inside is soft. I've never had something like that, and I really want to try it. Hopefully, the places we have picked, I think one of them has the Benne dosa, but I really want to try the Benne. So really looking forward to it. It's just something completely new for me. Samurai Jack says, "Toit." So today on Clubhouse, I was on chatting with people about beer and beer gardens and beer pubs and microbreweries, and Toit came up quite often. So you would be happy to know that we are definitely going to cover Toit. I'm not going to give a lot of names because it gets complicated with shooting, and they don't want a lot of people there when we are shooting. But one, I can give a reveal that we are definitely doing Toit. It just came up so bloody often. Rohit Vadapalli, Big Brewski, that also came up a lot. Legendary place, and we know somebody there. It's on the list of places to check. Vidyarthi Bhavan, yeah. So again, so CTR, MTR, Vidyarthi Bhavan, these have showed up on every list. So I'll give you what. I'm not going to say where we are going, but I'll tell you what has shown up on every single conversation. CTR, MTR, Vidyarthi Bhavan, Shivaji Military Hotel, Rangana Military Hotel. Then things to eat are Donne Biryani, Rava the idli. Then there's some green idli or bullet idli. They said we should try. There was Miller's 46, Koshi's, this traditional old stuff. And from the drinking holes, yeah, so Big Brewski, there's something called Iron Head, which is now the world's largest, what do you call this, microbrewery. Toit, Picos, I believe Picos is closed down. We were trying to get in touch with them. Bob's Place, Watson's, the local. So it's going to be fun trying all of that out. So this is some of the names that everybody throws us at all the time. Malayari Hotel, no, I haven't heard of Malayari Hotel. We'll put that on the list because quite a few people said that. Matsuri is the most authentic Japanese, owned by Toyota in Bangalore. Matsuri, hey folks on the team, if you are hearing this, please put Matsuri on the list. It'll be fun. We do have 1 or 2 spots open for international. Sushant Bangera, when was the last time you used that bench press and cycle? That cycle is my friend's. I am renting a friend's house while he's out at sea, so I do not want to crush his cycle, so I can't use that. Bench press, yeah, I do that fairly often. Lifting weights is easy. I don't like running around. I just prefer lifting weights. So, are you guys planning something with Rocky and Mayur? Look, we shot one episode with Rocky and Mayur in Goa at Tamil Table. Please watch that. Go back to the Rocky and Mayur episode. We had a lot of fun shooting with them. Mayur has become a very, very dear and a very close friend. And we continue to talk about stuff, and we see each other when he's in Goa, and we're both in Goa at least 2-3 times a week. Shanky just shot something with Rocky and Mayur in Baroda, in Vadora. He took them out for some chakna, I think it was, or I think what the terminology is. They're still shooting in Gujarat right now, and when they finish, I hope to see him before I leave. I am heading to Bangalore on Sunday. That's day after tomorrow, and we start shooting from Tuesday. So I'm going to be there for 10 days. I will come back and see him, and we'll try to figure out if we can put something together. All right. Motorcycle trip, road trip when? Shanky does motorcycle road trips all the time. If you guys want to do a motorcycle trip, look into a company called Karma Yatri. This is Shanky's and my dear friend. Shanky has been riding with him, was part of the company for a long time with Hashim Qayyum. They do rides in the hills, in the Himalayas, and then they do coastal runs in the summer, or in the winter rather. All right. Frasertown food tour. Look, guys, we can't do food tours. A lot of people sometimes confuse us. We are not a food vlogging thing. We do proper hardcore episodes on one place, unless it's a pub crawl. Sometimes we try to break things if they're really tiny. What we've learned about Frasertown is the food is hardcore and serious. So we are picking one place, and we're going to do one episode of Frasertown for sure. Albert Bakery, Frasertown. Hey, that sounds like something close to where we are going to be. Visit Zero sometime during the Zero Music Festival. Shanky has been there like 2-3 times to the Northeast, to the Seven Sisters. If it was not Bangalore next week, we were really thinking about doing this in the Seven Sisters. That is a dream for both of us. Shanky went there and researched it, but unfortunately, the conditions, the travel permits do not allow us to shoot there at this time. And we must respect the rules. Some rules we respect. All right. Are you planning for a tari shop in Kerala? Let me put it this way. Whether we are shooting or not, if we're in Kerala, we are stopping by a tari shop. Two things happen at a tari shop: happiness, and number two, great food, which is just amped up in spice a little bit. Unnamatla Vignan says, I think I have to practice South Indian names, getting them right from all the different regions, because I feel like I'm constantly butchering somebody's name. And pardon me for my ignorance. Will you ever try food from Hyderabad? Yes, absolutely. And no, I don't think Paradise Biryani is good anymore. It's fun to watch you people. You need to promote more. I don't know why your channel is so underrated. We have an entire marketing team that is probably watching this. Please answer the question to yourself. Why we have such few views? I think because our content is a little bit different, right? Like there's a lot of people who just go to a restaurant, talk about how good it is, beautiful shots of the food, and ahs and ums, and then give affable knowledge about it and leave. We are not that series. I think there are enough shows like that, and they get the larger masses. We are a little bit more nuanced. We are a little bit more fuck you to the world, right? And we are open about our opinions. So maybe it's not a family-friendly show. So people are afraid of promoting us or say forwarding our show to relatives because A, we drink, two, we curse, and we say politically incorrect shit. So maybe that's what it is. Kishan, are you trying Meghna food and Nagarjuna restaurant in Bangalore? I'll say yes to one of them for sure. We'll let you guys guess which one that is. Okay, Anand Patil, I think I have to answer. You've asked this a couple of times. Worst rated restaurant crawl, please. We haven't done a restaurant crawl yet, so I can't really say. I'm sure we'll find out one day. Human being, what was your job in the ship? Fuck all. I was like this big. I'm trying to get the camera right. Yeah, I was like from a baby to, I think the last voyage was I was 9 years old. I think so, 9 years old. So nothing. Just do stupid shit. Just look around, look at the sea, get bored, watch videos. What was interesting is now not a lot of families, or in fact almost no families were on board. There would be only one, us. Sailors have some movies, and some would get their own movies. So you'd have few normal movies, and the rest of them were all porn. So if you're left alone, and then you find something interesting, and then maybe that explains a lot of things in my head. But I definitely got to watch a lot of porn on the ship because sailors, they need to spend some quality time on their own with the proper material. So I got to watch that. Come to Pune. Yes, we will. You should try Ilish fish from the West Godavari. Ilish Mach, yes, I've had Ilish Mach. I love it. Like I said, I was born close to the Bengal border. My Masi is married. My Masa is Bengali. Bengali food has been big in our house, so I had plenty of Ilish Mach. Wow. This Ilish Mach question got... Oh, wait. You should try Ilish Mach from Andhra Pradesh. I did not know there was Ilish Mach or Ilish fish in Andhra Pradesh. Thank you for this. I love this shit, right? So this is what I really enjoy is when people drop knowledge like this. You're a true TBFer or a TBF fan if you drop knowledge while kicking our ass. So, wow. Okay, I need to research this. Ilish fish from Andhra Pradesh. All right. Hey, Sid, watch the pub crawl through Mumbai history episode. My dad got him nostalgic and loved the episode because he grew up in them. Yeah, thanks, man. Like that was the intent. Hopefully we can get something out of that, out of Goa. But we have a lot of plans for Bangalore for that. Try seafood at Karavali. So Karavali is not taking reservations. We looked at Karavali. We're doing a lot of Indian places, right? So we're wondering whether we should actually do Karavali or not. They were not taking reservations. They have seen some of our episodes, and they're a little worried they're going to get roasted. If things work out, we might shoot at Karavali. There was Grasshopper, which is a very high-end restaurant, but they unfortunately closed. We would have definitely covered that uh, because that's something we can pontificate about. Hi from Melbourne. Hi, Avikal. You must try Corner House. Yeah, we're gonna. I mean, it's like every single person after the last comment is Corner House. There are lots of corner houses. I think there's one in Frasertown. Our idea is to try some at some point, but not do an entire episode on Cornerstone. I think you guys would kill us if we did that. Corner House. Have you ever tried camel meat? Yes, I've had camel meat. It depends. The leg portion, it's okay. If you tried the hump, it's very greasy. It's get a little gamey smell to it. It's okay. It's always something to try. All right, Pabas for ice cream. All right, thank you for that. There was some other question that somebody kept pressing, and I'm trying to figure out what it was. Meghna, yeah, a lot of people said Meghna for biryani. So Nagarjuna, Bhima, and Meghna for biryani. There's Donne biryani, and a few different other versions that we were told to check out. All right, keep throwing questions at us. Keep throwing questions at us, folks. Hopefully, I get to a bunch of them. All right. Some of them, I like the way you guys repeat it enough times with bold letters that I can actually find them. All righty. Suggestion: both can do some like a road trip with Rocky and Mayur. Possibly. We'll see what we can do. Rocky and Mayur have a very set format, and they've been doing it for I think 17 years. They are the OGs at this, and they're very settled into their format. It's their unique sort of show. Our show is a little bit it's a little bit different. It's longer format, first of all, and also we get a little bit more in depth in our conversations about different stuff. So we'll see. It could be quite a lot of fun. We've discussed a couple of ideas, so we'll keep that open. Would love to work with them. We'd love to work with them. And plus, they're just good people. Guntur chicken, yes. Guntur chicken is on the menu, my friends. It is definitely going to happen. Guntur chicken. Chicken 65 is going to happen. Donne biryani is going to happen. Jonne biryani, yeah, I know. So Hali Jonne also came up. Interesting tidbit of information. Donne biryani and Jonne biryani are pretty much the same thing. The biryani is just the green biryani. It's the dongle or the paper thing it's served in, or the leaf thing it's served in. In the villages, in Nati, it's called Jonne, but in the towns, it's called Donne. That's something I learned during research. Maybe do a brewery episode. Try different breweries like Toit, Big Picture. Yes, that is definitely on the cards. We want to do. Of course, there's a pub crawl which has a bunch of places. Then we want to cover the brewery scene in a little bit more depth. So yes, that's definitely going to happen. Any must visit restaurants around Wharton? Yes. Okay. Are you at Wharton now? Just point and let me know. Yeah, the white rabbit. Sorry, the white dog. Yeah, behind the library, further down on Walnut, there's a place called the White Rabbit. Every parent coming there to drop their kids off before undergrad starts, you go to the White Rabbit. It's a tradition. Then obviously, but you have to get further into town. You can go for Pat's and Gino's steakhouse. These are Philly cheesesteaks. These are the two most legendary, one of the oldest rivalries between Pat's and Gino's. They're right across the street. I would go take half a whiz with. You say whiz with is basically put cheese whiz in it, and have the same one on both and see which one's better. Try North Karnataka cuisine, jowar roti and Bengal masala. Yeah, so when you say North Karnataka, I am assuming Uttara Kannada is the same thing. I hope my Hindi is right. Uttara Kannada it should be. Yeah, we are going to do. We're definitely looking at Uttara Kannada. We want to do the different regional styles. Um, so thank you for that. Okay. Here comes that question that I was trying to see. Sid, according to you, where is the best biryani in India served? Oh, that's a fucking loaded question, my friend. That's a super loaded question. There are very different styles of biryani. You can't really say which is better. Even I on like what is my personal favorite. I don't have a personal favorite. I love the Teleseri biryani from Kerala. I like that it's stronger with green chilies. I love the complexity of a Hyderabadi biryani. I think maybe the Hyderabadi is the most talked about. Some people could say it is overrated. Um, but in some of the best houses and kitchens, you still get a great Hyderabadi biryani. A lot of people call it Awadhi biryani. It is not a biryani. It is a palau. You can fucking argue with me all you fucking want. I think you should definitely call it palau. But Lucknow has a great palau, or other people call biryani. Calcutta style is also really good. All different styles. Rampur, Mahmudabad, they all have different styles. The different gharanas have added more spices or reduced certain spices. So I'm not committing to a single biryani. Alrighty. Hey, George Lobo. What's up, George? Hey, Sig. Hey, Sid. Pork sausage or beef cutlet? Both. Both. I found a place and it's coming up in a video actually. You know what? Watch the pub crawl. There's a place that will tell you where to go. Definitely do that at the pub crawl. Watch the pub crawl. Oh, that place is so good. It's actually like it's less than a kilometer from where I am in Santa Cruz. If that's a clue, go there. You can take a beef cutlet and then you put the sausage, chorizo or a sorpotel on it. Oh, so good. Sushant Bangera, I don't know how you found your channel, but since then I'm waiting for new videos. I binge watch all your videos. Thank you, Sushant. I'm glad you liked it, and I hope we can keep you guys happy. Have you ever had? Okay, Unnamatla Vignan says, did you ever try Patra Ghost? Yes, I've actually cooked and made Patra Ghost. I do like it a lot. It's something about the simplicity, the novelty of it, the simplicity of it. Yeah, so you take a thin slab, not too thick. You you heat it up with the fire underneath, and you take a well marinated, and sometimes you mallet the meat a little bit with the masala, and just cook it on the patthar itself. Make sure you clean it, and it's really good. Great booze food. Great booze food. Just whiskey, Patra Ghost. So yeah, I've had that. Try Biryani Tatte Idli. Did it Tatte Idli? I don't want to disrespect it. It sounds like testicle idli. Tatte Idli? Or is that a Hyderabadi word? I'm sorry, Kannada word. I apologize. I will try. I'll look at it. Bidadi Tatte Idli. I'm sure I'm fucking up the name somehow. Narayan Gawas. Urak पी रहे यार Urak का season खत्म हो गया इधर में. There is no more Urak. Rainy season has become. Urak is finished. You gotta wait for the next year. I've got a few friends who hold on to it, put it in the freezer. It loses its charm by now. So Urak season is done. 3 days ago, I had the last bit of Urak from a friend. Have you ever tried kashasa? Sagar Joshi. It is how you pronounce it is called kashasa. Yeah, man, I've had some serious amounts of kashasa in Brazil and also elsewhere. It goes in a drink called a caipirinha, which it's like one of those drinks you're drinking, you chill, you have 3 or 4, 5, and 6 over the afternoon, and then you're fine. And then you suddenly stand up, and all motor function drops. Your legs stop working. So yeah, kashasa is a lot of fun. Sid, any Parsi Irani food review anytime soon or in the works? Thanks for the content, brother. Hi, Abhijit. Thank you for that. Thank you for the question. When we get the opportunity, I think the only time we're going to be able to do that is if we are back in Bombay to give it true justice. But love Parsi and Irani food. In fact, I love Persian food as much as I like Parsi food. Obviously, they take from each other, but Persian food is some of my favorite. Let's see. Come to Singapore and meet us some big focus from here. Hi, Shivam Sapra. Thanks, buddy. I actually, so when I lived in Shanghai, I would travel down to Singapore every 2 weeks. We had an office in Shenton Way, Robinson Plaza, which is right opposite Lau Pa Sat in downtown. And that was broken down because they built the hotel there. But Lau Pa Sat was right outside. Every lunch we'd go to Lau Pa Sat and just tear the place down. So good. I miss the food in Singapore. The murtabak at the hawker center next to the Intercontinental on Bras Basar Road. Yeah, fucking just love. Kishan S. It's a plate idli, big flat idli, very regional to Bangalore. Okay, man, that was that tatte idli question. Cool. Thank you. I think we'll try it. We'll definitely try to put that on there. Did I see that Shanky's on here yet? No, I don't see him here. Okay, next question. Travel more so that we get more content. All I do is travel. Obviously, because we're stuck here, we can't. If conditions permit us, we might shoot international after Bangalore, because I'm going to be gone in Europe for some time. So maybe we can try that. Chaitanya Vibhute, try some Kasol series. Could you elaborate on that, please? I don't know. Kasol Spiti? That's Lao Spiti. Unnamatla Vignan. Love the Kadakman episode. Thanks, man. Kadakman's such a sweet guy. Asheville is just a lovely, lovely man, full of love, full of caring, and that episode is sort of bittersweet for us because it was sweet because we had such a lovely guy to cover it with, and we were covering Ramesh, who we love. Bitter because we lost Ramesh a couple of months later. So that was a tough one. When planning for military hotels in Bangalore, please keep in mind the timings. Some menus change between breakfast and dinner. It's generally good to visit Rangana in the morning for their Kal soup. Thank you very much. Now I have to make sure we inform. I'm now looking at my production schedule, and Rangana is set for lunch. Alrighty. Oh wow, I kind of revealed something that I wasn't supposed to reveal. Sorry, team. All right. Are you coming to Vadora as Shanky's here? Shanky's not there. Shanky's in Bombay right now. He was there last week. When in Kerala, says Rahul Narayanan. We'll try to fit it in. Kerala is going to be a long sort of set of production, right? Because we have to cover the breadth and width of it. And we want to do it proper justice. So, yeah, we have to plan that. Let's do a Miramar meetup. Milind, I'm not too far from Miramar, man. I'm in Santa Cruz. I was in Miramar earlier I took my kids for ice cream. All right. How did Siddharth Vince, how did you and Shanky meet? Well, my friend, it is by divine intervention that we met. Not really. We are cousin brothers. His mother and my father are brother and sister. So at some point, to keep some family decorum, we had to meet. And I assume the question then leads to why Shanky and me. I get along with him. I find him funny, and he's full of life, full of joy. So it's a lot of fun to make this with. And we also have the most fantastic arguments. That's why. All right. Oh, Shashank Jayakumar has entered the room. You heard me or what? Did you have somebody ask me that question? At Siddharth, we are cousins. Okay, Shanky is answering the same thing on this side. Have you tried Gujarati food? Shanky obviously has had Gujarati food. He lives in Gujarat or partially lives in Gujarat. I have been there to visit him and my bua and my uncle and his older brother. And yes, I've had Gujarati food. Come to Northeast India, real meat. Angaraj Gautam, yes, man. Like I said, we definitely want to do the Seven Sisters. Shanky and I would absolutely fucking love that. That's been on the cards for a long time. Like I said, we wanted to shoot there, but just things didn't permit. Come on, Nitin Murthy. Okay, I'll make this announcement again because people are asking me where we are going, and he's asking if we're going to Bangalore. Yes, folks, as we announced, we are coming to Bangalore next week. I'm going to Bangalore on Sunday. Shanky's there the next day, and our production team and everybody's flying in, and we start shooting immediately, and we'll be shooting there for 10 days. So you might see us around. So Bangalore folks, you guys will see us there. I'm going to go offline soon because Shanky is going to now move to Instagram Live and talk to you folks directly. So I'll carry the baton for another 6-7 minutes, 8 minutes, and then at 8:30, you guys chat directly with Shanks. The reason we both don't do this on YouTube Live is because we are incompetent in figuring out a system to make this work while we are remote. Also, the internet in Goa is a little bit relaxed. Vidyarthi Bhavan in Bangalore is a must. Yes, it is a must, but I think it has been covered very extensively. So perhaps let's shine the light on other deserving places as well. It doesn't take away from Vidyarthi Bhavan or some of the other legends. I just, we feel sometimes if you guys already know where to go, perhaps we should do something a little bit different. So, but thank you for that. Thank you. We have a lot of recommendations for that. Siddharth Srivastav, what do you do apart from YouTube? Yeah, I don't know if we do YouTube. We are on YouTube. I am currently on YouTube. The idea is to move this to an OTT, but my day job is investment banking, more finance investing. And Shanky is a tech entrepreneur and also an advisor to the World Bank on technology perspectives. Right. Any plans to explore food from Lucknow? I mean, how can you not? It's such a bastion of food in India. So most definitely. All right, there's been this one question that keeps coming up. Thoughts on Halem? Unna matla Vignan. I'm sorry, I don't know what that means, my friend. Could you please elaborate? I have no idea what that means. You asked it many times, so I'm answering. Het Vedia says, which Ivy League school did you go to? UPenn, University of Pennsylvania, the Wharton School of Business. Urak or Feni? Good question. More Urak, mostly Urak. I'll have Feni. There's a place called For the Record or Vinyl, where a friend of mine called Buland Shukla makes this aged Feni. He takes Feni and he puts 3 or 4 different kinds of charred wood, and it turns it into like a whiskey. The whiskey notes are there. There's Feni notes and whiskey notes, and I think it's fantabulous. I had lots of it last night. So yeah. Kasol is a place. Yes, okay, figured. Sorry, yeah, okay. So you were talking about Himachali Kasol. Yeah, we will definitely go up to the hills. I was in Sitla for some time. It was a lot of fun. Actually, I don't know if it was a lot of fun, but it was an experience. It was a lot of solitude and a lot of extra family time, which is interesting. Kamal, you guys are doing a great job. Thank you, man. We just hope we grow. Why is there a potato in a Calcutta or Kolkata biryani, says Atul Power. Okay, thank you for that question. I actually know the answer, or there are 2 possible answers to this. The first answer and the most plausible answer to this is in Hindi, I don't know, Urdu, there's a word called barkat. It's basically during the famine, there was not a lot, but there was plenty of potatoes. So it adds add substance and volume to the food. And then it became that the introduction of the potato came around the same time as some of the famines in Bengal, and it was incorporated as a food item, and then eventually became fix it for all. So there's so many Bengali dishes that have potato in it. The more exotic and probably romantic answer to this is it was loved. It was brought to one of the kings or the nawabs there, and he really loved it, and he thought it was an exotic addition to his dish. And with much fanfare, it was introduced into the biryani as a novelty item. And then everybody who wanted to emulate or wanted to look like the king or treat people like how the nawab had done this, then they started serving it with potato, and then it started from the top and slowly made its way to mainstream cuisine. Through history, there's a lot of places where, a great feast was had where somebody introduced a new item, and then people want to pretend to do that or want to be part of that elitish clique, and they introduce it in their food, and their cooks learn how to cook, and they go home and they teach it. So it grows. Wow, Jesus, Nakul Vane, you will love Pune cuisine and its vibe. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Like 9 times you posted this. Yeah. Angaraj Gautam says, you don't know Halim. Of course I know Halim. I don't know what Halam is. You said the wrong spelling. Yes, I love Halim. Absolutely love Halim. Just don't drink a lot of water after Halim because that shit blows up in your stomach. Yeah, I just don't like a lot of adrak in it. Favorite place in Goa, you have to tell before you leave Goa. Keep watching the series. We have one episode that's going to be a combination of many things. You will get a feedback in there. Let's go. All right, folks. I've got 2 more minutes left. Yes, I know. Halim is yes, I'm sorry. I do know what a Halim is. And thank you for the description anyways. Halim actually came to India through another dish called the harissa. And it has its history in the Middle East. I had it there and in India. Just the spelling of the first time it was put was a little bit off. Sudham, where to go for the best continental food in India? I don't know. I am sorry, I don't know. I assume it's going to be in one of the big metros between Delhi, Bombay, Bangalore, Goa, perhaps. I haven't had any great continent, and I'm afraid I think we need to change the term continental food now. German food is German, French is French, Italian is Italian. You can't club all of it together. Like how Indians get so irritated when you say dal makhni and sambar on the same plate. You can't call it Indian cuisine. It's Punjabi cuisine or cuisine of Kerala. At best, you can call it Deccan cuisine or Southern. So continental, perhaps, at least as fans of TBF and viewers of TBF, I think a more nuanced way of answering the question is Italian, German, French. These are distinct cuisines from each other and not, should not be confused and bundled into this one thing called continental. Have you tried shish tabuk? Yes, Lentini Louise, I've tried shish tabuk. I'm not a very big fan of chicken, to be honest. Like, especially in kebab form, red meats are so much tastier that I generally don't order the shish tabuk unless it's coming in a big platter. And then that'll be the last one I'll eat if I'm still hungry. So yes, I've tried shish tabuk. A really good shish tabuk is lovely, really well made, but I much rather eat the kibbe and the red meats. Have I tried? Okay, Mr. Maddie 96. Have you tried vade mutton? No, I've not. Could you tell me where it is from? Okay. All right, folks. All right. On this note, I think you guys should jump over to our Instagram channel. Shanky is just about to go online. Is this Anup Kore? Don't worry if Rangana is scheduled for lunch. We'll reserve some breakfast menu for you and the team. Anup, I am assuming you're from Rangana. If you are, thank you very much, sir. That is awesome. We'll have the team call and confirm so that we can get some of the breakfast items because we want to cover all of it. Thank you for that. Youth don't go, the train to go. Thank you, folks. Have you been to Marrakesh? Yes, I've been to Marrakesh. All right, folks, I really got to go. Shanky's online now, and I need a drink. I'm going to sit and watch Shanky talk because my throat is hurting. It's been on for an hour. Bye bye. Thank you.